She's going live today. Girl, I told you I'd be here hanging out with y'all. We have some really awesome um, topics that we are going to be talking about today. So I'm going to be sharing my screen. We're going to be talking all about open ended sales questions that convert. One of the biggest issues that I see, sorry. Okay, one of the biggest issues that I see around women entrepreneurs or just entrepreneurs in general is just the constant conversation around not wanting to feel salesy. It's the same thing I hear all the time. I don't want to feel salesy. I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be a snake oil salesman. And listen, if we're not selling, we don't have a business. Businesses run on making money. If your business is not making money, you are not running a business, girl. So you can call yourself a CEO all you want. You can talk about how pretty your website is all you want. You can have amazing social media all you want. You can give all the content that you want. But if you are not pulling money into your bank account, this is not a business. What is this? A wantapreneur? Is that what they're calling it right now? So you are not an entrepreneur, you are a wantapreneur. You want to be an entrepreneur. And so I want to talk about this. I want to talk about how do we start making sales. So I have a few questions. This is actually being linked. If you are following me, wherever you're following me at right now, in the description below, there is a link. Click that link and you will get 20 open-ended sales questions that convert. Today, I am only going to be giving you a few of them, and you are going to love this. You're going to absolutely love this. Now, I did this yesterday, so let's see if we can do this again today. So we're going to share screen. Oh, we're sharing the screen, girl. Okay, we're not sharing the entire screen. We're only sharing a window. Look at her go. Yes. All right. So we're going to be talking all about, there was one question yesterday. Somebody asked me what this was. This is Canva. Canva.com gives you the means to be able to do all sorts of design. This is like super, super freaking basic. They've got everything from like bubbles to smoke to pictures to animals to backgrounds, anything and everything you could think of. All of the graphics that you see on my social media is made in Canva. And I need to learn how to share this so that it's not in this screen. It's actually in a full screen. The issue right now, actually, I might be able to do it here. Click to exit. Oh, okay. So the issue right now is, I can't play with it when it's here. You know what though? Let me see really fast. We're going to do some more learning today. So let's stop share screen. Let's start share screen. Let's do the entire screen. This is how we learn, ladies. This is how we learn all the things. Okay, so there's that. And then will this work? Look at us roll, ladies. We're learning so much today. Yesterday, we learned some stuff. Today, we learned some stuff. For those of you that were also wondering how I'm going live right now across 6 different platforms. And I use a platform called StreamYard. And then this little picture that you see up here with me, open-ended sales questions that convert. This is Canva. So I always share all of my secrets. This is the perk of being within a community of women business entrepreneurs. We come together and we share all the secrets, no gatekeepers. That is one of the awesome things about joining Age Club, the community I run for women business owners. So today I want to talk about sales. For those of you that are just now joining me, I see you popping on. In a link below, there is a tab that will give you access to the 20 open-ended sales questions that convert that I have used over the past 20 years of my life. I've been in sales for a very, very long time. Started out in door-to-door sales for a long, long time. And then COVID, just like many of us, COVID pushed me into online sales, which is where I'm at now. I run a community for women business owners called H Club. It is masterminds, networking, business growth workshops, sales workshops, and we go over information just like this every single week. I think one of the biggest issues is just there's so much to do, right? There's so much to do all the time. It's like we got a list of like 172 items to do. And it's like, you also want me to read, you also want me to watch a podcast, you also want me to do a workbook. Like, when do I have the time to do all of this? So when you join a community like mine, there are set days, set times that really give you the urgency of showing up. So you don't have to sit here and be like, oh, when am I going to fit this all in? You just show up, you lean back, and you learn something. And the really cool thing about it is not only are you learning something, but that you are in and amongst a group of women who are also learning with you. And then there's live QA. I call it open forum. So after I teach you something like this, you're going to get a teaching very similar to what I have taught within my community. Then you can ask questions. You can say, hey, Sabrina, what about this? Hey, what do you ladies think about this? Hey, I'm having issues with this. Hey, and then I can give feedback. And then all the ladies on screen can give feedback to you as far as issues you're dealing with your business, frustrations that you have, maybe nerves, right? Nerves, fear that you're dealing with. Okay. So in the link below, wherever you are watching us at, there is a link where you can get 20. I'm only sharing 3 with you today. I'm only sharing 3 open-ended sales questions that convert. If you want 20 that I have used over the course of the past 20 years of my sales experience, there is a link below. Fill that out and you'll get access to the PDF with all those on there. Okay. So this is the first one. We're going to go ahead and jump right to it. The very first open-ended question that I recommend all of you ladies to be using is, what's holding you back from achieving your goals? So obviously this person is speaking to you about who you are or what you do, right? I always say a lot of this stuff can be used in a variety of areas. This doesn't always have to be a sales call. This can be a networking call. This could be a group networking call where something comes up and you could literally just ask, hey, what's holding you back from achieving your goals? And just get some feedback. Not that you have to slam them down with the sales right then and there, right? These are open-ended questions that get that individual to think about the barriers that are keeping them from overcoming whatever the issues are that they are having right now in their life. So it really helps that individual reflect on the challenges and really helps them articulate their own pain points. And then when they start talking about their pain points, that then opens the door for you to give them some valuable feedback, some valuable education that maybe they didn't know before, which then raises you as an authority or an expert in your space, which then creates value on top of you, which then creates curiosity around your products, around your services. Right? And then when you're doing this, this also allows empathy. This also allows them to realize your willingness to help, because you're giving free advice, you're giving free value to that individual to help them with a few issues that they have had. I cannot even tell you how many individuals I have wound up purchasing from because the individual that I'm in and amongst, the calls, the networking, the mastermind, where they're just constantly showing up and giving feedback, constantly showing up, giving value, constantly showing up and allowing us to realize that they are an expert in their field. And after hearing this over and over and over again, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on a live call, whether it's networking, whether it's in our mastermind group, I'm constantly thinking, wow, she knows what she's talking about. Wow, she knows what she's talking about. Wow, she knows what she's talking about. And then before I know it, the value of which that individual has now exceeds the amount of money that they are asking for their product or service. Therefore, we tumble into a sale. And that's what we want to really be doing. We want to be coming to a point where there is so much value. People see us as so valuable. Like, I need to have this girl, this woman in my life in order to help me through X. Right? So asking something very simple like this, what's holding you back for, and it could be anything. What is it? Like, why haven't you done that yet? Why haven't you lost that weight yet? Why haven't you opened that course yet? Why haven't you got your calendar link yet? Why haven't you opened a website yet? What's holding you back? What's got you on the hold up? Can't do it. I don't know. Tech. I like to eat late at night, whatever it is, right? And then you give a little bit of hint, a little bit of value. One of the things that I have done on a lot of my calls is at the very end of my calls, I say this at the very end of my calls, my networking calls, for instance, I'll say, hey, by the way, how can I help you? Like, what can I do for you? And a lot of times the individual on the other end says the same thing. They say something to the effect of, oh, I need more sales. I need more customers. I need more clients, right? And my first thought process is, it's okay, well, so do I. And I don't work for you. It's not my job. It's not my job to come and just hand you clients, right? So what else can I be doing for you besides that? So I always do the same thing. I always say, hey, do you mind playing a game with me? And usually the person's like, yeah, sure. And I say, okay, imagine this. Imagine, let's say the woman's name is Beverly. And I say, hey, Beverly, pretend like I invited you over to my house. And I said, hey, Beverly, before you come over, though, there's a candy store right next door to my house. I want you to stop by the candy store and I want you to pick me up some candy before you come over. And then I ask her, I say, hey, listen, how long do you think it would take you to find a candy before you came over? And the woman always says the same thing. I don't know, quite a bit of time, because I don't know what kind of candy you like. So I'd probably like roam around the store for a little bit to like see, maybe I get a variety of candy. Maybe I'd try to get like an assortment of candy. Maybe I'd get a variety pack, right? There's all kinds of things that people say, but there's always this lull of like, I don't even know. Like, this is just, it's so open-ended. Like, okay. Now I say, now let's try this. Let's say you were coming over my house, same scenario. And I said, hey, Beverly, stop at the candy store before you come up. I would like some Skittles. How long would it take you to go to that candy store, pick up some Skittles, and come to my house? And oh my God, so much faster. I don't have to think about it. This is the same exact thing. And usually by the end of that scenario, right, the woman is understanding. She's getting the value of, I need to be more specific with my ask. She realizes, oh, my ask was very vague. Like, I just need more clients. I need more, like, what does that even mean? Who are your customers? Who are your clients? Who are these people? Right? There's 8 billion people on the earth. What do you mean more clients? I'm not going to sit through my CRM and, thousands of people and try to figure out who Beverly needs for a client. Right? So we need to learn to be more specific with our asks. And so this is what I tell the woman. I say, listen, we got to be more specific. Who exactly do you need to talk to? So then I give an example for me. For instance, me, right? When I'm doing the exchange, somebody asks me who I need to talk to. I'm very specific. I'm looking for women who specialize in speaking to teenagers under the age of 15. Counselors, therapists, coaches. Now, immediately her thought goes to 0 or 1 person because it's so specific. 0 to 1 person. And that is how we get people to act. Because then she immediately writes down a name, Terry, versus she's looking for any woman who is a coach, mentor, counselor. I mean, fuck, it's endless. There's millions of us, right? But if you can bring it down to a specific, right? I'm looking for individuals who weigh over 250 pounds, who have lost weight beforehand. I'm looking for mothers who are looking to lose weight, who have more than 3 kids, right? So instead of just saying, oh, I'm looking for mothers who want to lose weight, well, I mean, there's freaking 22 of those in my immediate circle. I'm not going to introduce you to 22 people. That's insane. That is so much work for me. But if you say, I am looking for women who are married, who have 3 or more children, and who are looking to get toned, girl, I think of 1 person. I think of 2 people. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get it so they can actually write down a specific 1 or 2 people. And then they know, okay, Laura and Terry is who I'm going to invite her to, versus pregnant person. I'm going to look at that and I'm be like, I don't freaking have time for that. I don't have time to think about this. So that's what we're really trying to do, is narrow it down. So when I'm on the call with Beverly, this is the little tiny teaching. Look at Laura right now, just got some goodness from that. And that took me, normally I don't take like that long, right? Because I'm like explaining the exercise while I'm doing the exercise. Usually I can do that whole thing in 2 minutes. So in 2 minutes, I'm able to share value of something that I know that maybe they obviously didn't know. Right? Because they're just like, I'm just looking for clients. Like, who are your clients? What does this even mean? Narrowing it down even smaller. Then all of a sudden, Beverly's looking at me and she's like, oh, wow, this woman knows some stuff. She knows some things that I don't know. What is this program? What is this membership that she's running that maybe I should join? Because she just literally taught me something in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. So that's what we have to do. We have to be able to ask somebody what's holding you back from achieving your goals, figuring out what their pain points are, showing empathy and showing willingness to help. And then also at the same time, giving them value, answering their question, giving them some sort of a feedback, right? So Laura here runs Mary Kay. Very, very heavy as far as the skincare goes, right? So if she doesn't want to be super salesy and be like, well, if you're having trouble with acne, you should buy Mary Kay, blah, 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 blah. She could very easily say, hey, you need to buy products that have this ingredient, or you need to stay away from products that have these 2 ingredients. So then she's opening it up to, hey, listen, I know things. I'm not just a Mary Kay consultant that's just trying to push Mary Kay down everyone's throat. I know things. I am intelligent. I know things that you don't know within the skincare realm. Then they're going to be like, oh, wow, I use this. Oh, yeah, see, that has this ingredient in it. You might want to switch to this. And then also, just so you know, I run Mary Kay. And we actually have product, you don't even have to think twice. All the products in the line don't have this ingredient. All the products in the line to get rid of acne don't have this product in it. It's the easiest way to go. If you're looking to go to Walmart, I'd stick to these 2, right? So giving value, not saying, hey, you have to do this, but saying, hey, I'm an expert in all the areas. All right. So great question to really start off with. That's super simple and really gets the individual talking about some of the issues that they're dealing with, and also highlights the bigger picture, right? Their goals, where they're trying to go in life. reminding them of their future, their vision that they have for themselves. All right. Next one. You're going to want to either screenshot this or you're going to want to write this in your notes section, right? Some of y'all are driving. It's 6:30 here in Eastern. So I know some of y'all are getting off of work, kind of depending on where you are. So this is the next question. For those of you that are just jumping on right now, there is a link in the description wherever you're watching us at that will give you 20 of my most used open-ended questions that convert into sales. Click the button, put in your information, you'll get the PDF. Super simple. Print off the PDF so that you have it. Keep it so it's around. I keep everything, all of my goodness, inside a binder. So I can literally just flip to the tab that I need, depending on who I'm talking to, and I have all the information that I need right here in front of me. Also download it on your computer so you can have open-ended. You can see here I have my notes you guys are looking at. I also have side notes over here, right? So you can have this stuff open on your computer in different areas. So when you're speaking to people on the phone, when you're speaking to people on Zoom, you could be glancing up at different areas so you know what to say next. See, sometimes we're making this whole online sales thing way harder than it needs to be. Our brains are not meant to just memorize thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of things. We have to make it easy for ourselves so we can glance up and we can look, right? What comes natural is our charisma, our personality, our pricing, our product and our service, you know, what we're giving, our knowledge. Don't feel like you have to have every single thing memorized. Make it easy for yourself. One of the reasons why I like it printed is because I can highlight, I can asterisk. So when I'm looking at a list of 20, I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know which one I'm looking at. But you find your favorite 3 or your favorite 4, right? Today I'm showing you my favorite 3, right? But I probably have maybe 7. And I can just easily glance, see the ones that are highlighted, and just literally just speak it on the phone or when I'm on my Zoom call. You don't have to have this all memorized. Make it easy for yourself. So how do you see this fitting into your bigger picture or long-term goals? That's that you talking about you and your product and service, right? So when we're talking about Laura here, who just commented, who works with Mary Kay. So how do you see this fitting into your bigger picture, your long-term goals? Claudia here, she works in health and wellness. So she's talking about her product. She's talking about her service that she's selling. She's going to ask, hey, how does my program fit into your bigger picture of your long-term goals? Right? You might want to reword some of these so that it's more your slang, your language. So how is you purchasing my product helping you with your goals? What is this doing? This is allowing them to sell themselves on your product or service. You're not having to say why it's the best and why it'll help them. You're asking them to tell you why your product or service will work. And this is a known fact. This is a known fact. What we say to ourselves is truth. Is truth. This is why how our self-talk is so important. Right? Saying that you're lazy, saying you don't know, saying you're having issues with this, issues with that. We got to stop being so negative Nancy around ourselves. So you want to position your offer as part of a larger strategy, their strategy, which increases your value. They are selling themselves on this. It's freaking brilliant. Freaking brilliant. Also, when you're letting them speak about this, it's also allowing that person to feel confident and understood. Confident and understood. Because you're having them really elongate their thought process as to why you two working together is a great idea. It makes it more appealing to them. And it strengthens your relationship with each other. Because they're basically selling you to them. So you're not having to say anything. Like, why do you think using me as a personal trainer would benefit you? Well, I really like you. You have a really nice body, right? Claudia's 53 years old. She looks freaking phenomenal, right? So if I was looking to her to help me with my health and wellness, that would be one of the things I would say. I want to look like you when I'm 53 years old. That's why. I want to have the energy that you have right now at 42 into my 50s, right? I'm selling myself. I like the hours. I like how you work. I like your videos. I like your content. I like how you teach. I like how the group is small or the group is big or how you do one-on-one, whatever it is. This is what I'm looking for. So then when she's like, okay, well, it's such and such amount of money, you just sold yourself. Or you just had the client sell themselves. So have them paint the picture. When would you do this? How would you fit this in? You're so busy. You're a mother. You're a wife. You work. I would make it work. I would do it before. I would do it after. I'd have to wake up early. I'm dedicated. The hours you do it are perfect. I like that I can do it whenever. You know, I like that it's one-on-one and it's forcing me to be accountable and show up for you. See, that's one of the things with H Club, right? Versus just a course. Take this course, which so many people are doing nowadays. The perk of H Club is you got to show up for the live meetings. We don't record. You have to show up live. So there's an accountability there. So when I'm talking, right, my whole thing is, hey, this is live meetings. You got to show up. You got to show up for yourself and you have to show up for the ladies because they need the knowledge that you have so that when they're looking for feedback for their businesses, you're there to be able to give feedback. It's a give-take community. So how are you running your business? What are the perks for your business? Making sure they know those perks so that they can use those things to sell themselves on your product or service. All right. For those of you that are just jumping on, there is a link below wherever you are watching it at. It might be a clickable link or you might have to cut and paste it. But this gives you the opportunity to be able to get all 20. So right now, today, I am sharing with you, if you didn't watch the whole thing, you're just jumping on now, I'm sharing with you 3 of my favorite open-ended questions, meaning they have to speak. This is not just a yes or no conversation. This is you have to actually speak and say something conversation and give feedback. But I have 20 of them in a PDF. All you have to do is click the link, enter in, I think, your name and email or something, and it'll give you the PDF. I want you to download the PDF and I want you to print off the PDF. And the reason I want you to print it is because I want you to be able to have it here in front of you so you can write on it, scribble on it, highlight, star, underline, so that you can make sure that you can easily glance down and look while you're on your calls, whether it's a phone call or whether it's a sales call. All right, last one here, ladies. This is the last one we're going to be going over. Write this down. Screenshot. If we could solve this issue, what would that free you up to focus on? If we could solve this issue, what would that free you up to focus on? This is a huge one, because so often the goals that we have are linked to another goal that we have. One of the biggest things that I hear about me always telling the ladies, you got to get on live, you got to get on video, you have to get into stories, you have to start doing reels, is the same thing. I don't look good. I don't like my hair, my gray hair. I've gained weight. I don't like my house, all the things. Right? So getting with a trainer to lose weight then frees up the excuse of going live, getting on reels and making content. Right? Getting with a personal cleaner, maid, organizer. The investment in that will help you clean the back of your house, your house in general, which will free up space in your mind, which will allow you to be able to set up a video like this so that you feel confident in showcasing your home behind you. Investing in even curtains or the Chinese foldable things, right? To go up behind you, to hide the mess. Right? These are all sales. These are all things that have to be purchased, whether it's a maid, whether it's an organizer, whether it's a folding wall. So a lot of times the issues that we're dealing with within our life are connected to another goal that we're trying to accomplish. So asking this question, if we could solve this issue, what would that free you up to focus on? And I'm telling you, they're going to light up. Because they're going to be like, finally, I can go on that vacation to the Bahamas. I haven't been wanting to go because I don't want to go to the Bahamas if I can't wear a swimsuit. Right? So when they can actually start talking about the big picture vision that they have for themselves, not just this one issue, they then create more value around your product or service, because now your product or service, which is only fixing or helping with this one issue, is now becoming an avalanche of helping them with so many other things that are going on in their life that they want to scoot into. So more growth, more opportunities for them because of this one purchase with you. All by asking this question. If we could solve this issue, what would that free you up to focus on next? Okay. Also helps them understand the priorities. What's important to them. They have to do this first with you before they do A, B, or B, C, D. So first they have to do A with you in order to get to B, C, and D. You want to have that conversation. Right? So once they lose weight and they start doing reels, then that will help them flourish in their business and then make more money. Which then compensates for the money that they gave to you in the very beginning. It might be that they're looking for a raise. They need confidence, right? So they're like, I need a confidence coach. I need somebody to help me with my confidence. They invest in you. You help them to be able to step into their power, step into their confidence. That allows them then to be able to go to their boss to ask for a raise. That then gives them a promotion to be standing in front of a group of people, which then allows them to be able to create another resume, go to a different company, get a whole new position, and double their income. All because they invested in you here with A at a minimum amount. The snowball effect is the B, C's, D's, and E's that they want to be doing, but they can't be doing because of situation A. Right? So you have to allow them to recognize this. Hey, let's fix A. So then you can start focusing on all these other things that are getting in your way of leading the life that you ultimately want to be leading. Let's get you there. How much longer are you going to be sitting in this state of confusion, in this state of frustration? Unnecessary. All right. So that is what I have for you today. For those of you that are listening live right now, I want you to know that in the description below, there is a link that I am sharing all 20 of these, all 20 of the open-ended questions that I have been using over the past 20 years of my life. I have been in sales pretty much my entire life. I grabbed the top 20 when I really sit down and think about this that I have used to create a conversation around the sales that does not feel salesy. See, these are the things that we don't have access to. These are the things in our business that we are missing. This is why being close to somebody who is running a community, joining a community of individuals who are working on this stuff on a consistent basis is so beneficial to you and your business. Because it's these little tiny itty bitty things like a 1-page PDF. Actually, it's 2 pages. A 2-page PDF between the difference of making 2 sales and making 17 sales in a day, in a week, in a month, whatever your ratio is. Because you do not have something like this. And these are the nuggets of information that are so simple that we go over week in and week out. Every single week within our community to continue to give the women the information, the foundation, the structure, the systems that they need to run a community that is thriving, to run a business. I meant to say business, to run a business that is thriving. One of the biggest issues that I see all the time is women quit corporate. They're all excited. They're like, oh, I'm getting out of this toxic environment. They get a little website, they get a little calendar link, and they start manifesting. We're hearing this all over the place right now, ladies. I'm manifesting, I'm journaling, I'm scripting $10,000 months. And I'm telling you, I talk to these ladies every single day. They're not making the money that they need to make to be able to survive. And what they're doing is they're making that mean that they suck as a coach. You do not suck as a coach, right? I believe that you are capable of helping the individuals of which you are trying to help. But what you do suck at is running a business. But they have nothing to do with each other. Your ability to be able to coach in the arena of health and weight loss has nothing to do with your ability to be able to run a successful business. They're 2 totally separate entities that have absolutely nothing to do with each other. So how do we get you, right? You know how to do what you're doing. We're not talking about that. How do we get you to learn how to run a successful business? That's the question. And that's what we're here to help you do. To create the foundation, to create the structure, the framework, the systems, to start pulling in the money, right? To know the open-ended sales questions that will convert your audience into sales? What are those questions? See, these are the types of things that we go over week in and week out, week in and week out. Open forum, Q&A. I'm not sure. I'm scared. I'm fearful. What do you think? This is what I'm doing. This is what happened. What do you think? This is the scenario that I'm dealing with. What do you think? And when you can get in and amongst a community instead of sitting in the realm of, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do. Now, all of a sudden, you're in a community that can help you with any question you could possibly ask around business, get an actual answer immediately, and then move forward with your business. Instead of sitting in a sense of unfocused, uncertainty for minutes, hours, days, weeks. I cannot tell you how many individuals that I have spoken to that are halted for months at a time because they don't know the answer to one singular question because they're all by themselves. Totally unnecessary. You do not have to do entrepreneurship by yourself. You can have a full functioning community by your side that is open and willing to help you with any area that you're having issues with. All right. So I want you to get into the description. I want you to find that link. I want you to click on that link, and I want you to download, fill out the form, and then download that PDF. Keep it on your computer and also print it up and have it somewhere so that you can easily pull it out when you are on a sales call, when you're on a Zoom call, to help you with your closing ratio, to help you making that money. Because remember, if your business is not making money, you are not running a business. It's not a business if it's not pulling in money. The definition of a business is the money part. If not, you're just literally just talking to people. You're just talking to people. That's all you're doing. You're just making things. It's not a business. All right. I want you ladies making money. I want you ladies thriving in business. I want your ladies' bank accounts to be flourishing. And the way that you do this, first step, get involved with a community of individuals that are helping you and get this open-ended sales PDF downloaded so you can really start to create some goodness within your conversations. All right, ladies, it was great talking to you today. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous night. You know how to reach me if you need me. Adios.